What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy Timbip Live. We are live. We are alive. We have made it. It is time. Happy almost St. Patrick's Day. Happy almost weekend. Sorry, I'm looking a little fresh. I just got out of the shower. But we done it. Andrew West, my dear Canadian non-bourbon drinking friend, I hope you're well. Max, good to see you. Kyle Whippert, what it do, BB Boo? Folks, it's just good to have you. It's been a week, man. It's been a week. I'm worn out. Whiskey Wisdom, cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, my friend. I'm operating for the first time. I still have a line on Turkey 101. I'm safe. Good. Good to hear. I'm operating for the first time on stream with 3 screens. And it's nice. Gotta be honest, I did it for recording last week, and I loved it so much that I had to do it. I had to do it to myself. It's just good. It's just good stuff. Didn't even have Loopback open up. That's good. That's good. Forgot to bump the music down even further. Sorry about that. Sorry about that if the music was a little bit loud, but I fixed it now. Should be about 50% quieter. I mean, it was already a little bit quiet, but it's all good. It's all good. How's everybody doing? What you drinking? Sugar Kitty's here, and they're multitasking. And I gotta say, meow to you, my friend. I hope you are hanging in there. Hope things have been excellent. Excelente. For you. Oops. And the music's completely gone. There we go. I'll get used to the 3 screens eventually. Now, come on. What's happening? Ooh. Gotta say the vibes are immaculate today. The weather's nice. Had some weather foolproof to flex on myself this week. Man, that sounds so nice. The vibes have been great. I wanted to go for a walk after work today. I didn't have time. I had to get the stream set up. Had to take a shower. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'll do that after stream, but that's fine. I do try, but could be better. I understand that, homie. Love hunting Louisville Kroger's when I'm down for anything. Saw a larceny barrel proof at 51 and lots of other crazy below MSRP bottles. That is awesome. A125 has been all over the place recently, and I haven't gotten a bottle yet. Although we have tried it just for the Patreon. It's pretty good. It's not blown me away yet. That being said, though, I have only tried it once. I always do my walks first thing in the morning. I should do that. I should really do that. I should do my walks before work and just get into it. You know, walks are great. Personal news wise, what's been going on? Gotta be honest with you. Not a lot. Not a lot. Work's been wild. I think most of you all are aware that I work. If you do it first thing, you can always make time, and it's great to prepare for a day. Yeah, for sure. I just need to get back to working out, and if I work out, it's going to be in the morning, too. Most of you all know I work in state government. I work for the Kentucky government. And so everything is always kind of like, currently, I don't know what is going to happen with my job. I'm not saying that like I'm going to lose it tomorrow or anything, but there have been layoffs within the state government recently, and I work in a department that is fairly important. So I don't think that I have a good chance of being laid off. I'm also a contractor, so my ability to stay on is probably a little bit more safe. But anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go into it, other than saying, like, I'm always a little bit more stressed these days. Baby, don't you want to go? Tony Bag of Donuts is back in Sweet Home Chicago. Back to that same old place. Sweet Home Chicago. Tony, good to see you, brother. Hope you had a good trip home. Hope you enjoyed yourself down in Chile. Don't get laid off. Dude, I hope not. I hope not. I don't know. That's the thing, is like, I never know. Like, that when the funding freeze happened a few weeks ago, there was the potential for it, that our entire department was going to lose funding. And that got rescinded. But now, it's just kind of a wait and see thing. You know, we just don't know. We just don't know. And so working in the government is kind of just a constant game of like, well, nobody really knows what the future is going to look like right now. So we'll see. That's all. Monday, I got to go on a pick with Bluegrass Barrel Pickers, one of our local groups. And I got to go to friggin' Pursuit Spirits, Pursuit United. And it was lovely. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. Got to hang out with Kenny and Ryan, got some FaceTime with them. I just want to say, first and foremost, hello to Brett Venata. Food is done, whiskey's poured, stream is on. Good evening and cheers, everybody. Or everyone, excuse me. Brett, it is good to see you. And Jeffrey Wack, hello again, whiskey friends. Jeff, I am glad to see you as well. Very, very good to see everyone. On the note of Kenny and Ryan, and just kind of like the bourbon content creator sphere in general. First of all, when you've been doing it for 7 years, there is a little part of your brain that goes, I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't know how much longer I can do this. And I'm not saying that I will probably ever get to that point, that I will just up and quit, because I don't think that I could. I enjoy doing this too much, and it's a lot of fun to hang out with you people and to do the podcast every week. But also seeing people like Kenny and Ryan with Bourbon Pursuit, who have been doing it for even longer than I have, and seeing Mark Gillespie, who's been doing the Whiskey Cast for so long, and seeing their drive and their passion, and also their acceptance of people who are not in their tight little bubble, to just understand that the field is so wide and so vibrant. And I always try to extend that grace and that openness to other people, other podcasts, other YouTube channels, other whatever, whenever they start. And it's just very nice to still have that feeling with Kenny and Ryan after all this time, and being around them is always it's always like a warm hug. I hadn't seen Kenny since last year when we did the live show and the meetup and everything. I don't know when the last time I saw Ryan was, but man, it was awesome. I also got to see Brian Bikey abandon Bourbon for a little while too. I mean, very, very briefly. It was mostly just like a, hey, good to see you. We got to hug each other, and then he was kind of gone. But yeah, Monday was a good day. And the pick was really good too. I don't know how much of it I can talk about. I don't even know if it's been fully announced in the group yet. But it was an awesome pick. And then we're going back in September for another one with them as well for Bluegrass Barrel Pickers. So yeah, I got to ask a couple questions about their finishing process, just how they were feeling about Pursuit spirits in general, and it was just a good time. So anyway, that is that. We are going to, I believe, just move right along. One of my first beer is getting cold, or getting warm rather. It'd be good if it was getting cold. I'm not cold on the fact, though, that Chris is here. Hey there, Pear Bear and all. We're in Melbourne currently. Oh, my goodness. Melbourne. And about to go have brunch with John from Michter's as he is over, so have a good one all. You all have a good brunch. Tell John hello. I need to catch up with him soon. I still have not done that, even after we connected back in the fall. Good dude. Good dude. But tonight we are doing an early celebration of St. Patrick's Day because, when will I get to see Perry in 2025? Jason Coates, what's going on? Good to see you. When will you get to see Perry in 2025? Well, first of all, if you want to come down to Lexington and hang out with me, I would love for that to happen. We can certainly work something out. Happy Irish Month indeed, my friend. And that's an invitation as well. If anybody wants to ever go to dinner or go to the distillery district, get drinks anytime, please do so. Please let me know. Speaking of picks, I'll have 1,000 guesses as to what bottle I'm holding and pouring and drinking. Your clue is Timpip Weekend 24. Timpip Weekend 24. We didn't do any picks that weekend. A pick from that? Was it that new riff? Was it the new riff that from Jackson's? Might be the new riff from Jackson's. I don't know. Eric and I were talking about what are you doing for dinner tonight? Open invite accepted on my way. I haven't eaten yet. Maybe after the kids are down, we can have dinner. Eric and I were talking about what our plans might look like for a meetup and for a live show this year. And they will be different this year. We're not particularly ready to talk about what that's going to look like just yet. It will not be on Memorial Day weekend in the way that it has been in the past. I will just go ahead and say that. I apologize for those who have normally allocated that time for Timbip weekend stuff. But I will also take responsibility and ownership for the change in time and everything. Mad Rasmus, thank you for following on Twitch. ain't no way we got a whiskey guy here, my man. Yeah, what's up, homie? How are you? What's good? Thank you for being here, my friend. The ownership is on me, though. The onus is on me because of the new kid. It's just a lot to really get into it right now. A lot of the planning and everything, but we are still working on doing a meetup, a get together, something later in the year. The live show in some capacity will be happening. We just don't know exactly what it's going to be like just yet. So anyway, that's that. How we doing? What we drinking? Show me something good, homie. We are about to crack into, I think first, because I'm not really an Irish whiskey guy, I want to start out a little bit slow. We're going to ramp our way up. I do also have a couple of samples that Tony Bag of Donuts, one of our longtime, not a pick you did, but you drank their whiskey with honey. Interesting. One of our longtime subscribers in the community as well, longtime friends, he sent a couple of samples a while ago, or gave us samples, actually last year, that I'm going to be drinking as well tonight. A Red Spot 15-year and a Jameson Black Barrel cast strength at 121.6 proof. But we're just going to start out very low and slow with a Harp lager and just some standard Jameson. Just regular old 80 proof Jameson. That ain't too bad? Heck no, man. I appreciate you being here, Mad Rasmus. Thank you so much for being on the Twitch. Still trying to amp up the Twitch community as well. We got the follower game going. We just need to get the chat game up. On the way to affiliate, eventually partner. We will get there, though. We will get there. I am confident. I'm very confident. But yes, starting out with the I love whiskey stuff that just, I mean, I know that this is what it is, but just the fancifulness of it. Triple distilled smooth Irish whiskey made the John Jameson way since 1780. Do you guys remember? It was Jameson, wasn't it, that did the commercials a couple years back? The key to that clue was you drank their whiskey, not me. And I drank it with honey. I gotta think about that. But didn't Jameson do that one ad where, like, John Jameson was on a boat and he kept, like, having to go back and get the, or he like, saved one barrel of whiskey from a shipwreck or something? Sorry, my glass of beer was very full. So, of course, traditionally, this is my Bourbon Podcast. Tim Bip, my Bourbon Gamer, all that stuff. So I'm not particularly well versed. Where he dove into the ocean after it, I vaguely remember that. That's exactly what it is. I wonder if I can. I saw that. That ain't whiskey, my man. 2 penalty shots. You saw me drink the beer first. I'm doing like Irish beers and Irish whiskey together. That is funny though. It's so clean. It's just such a gentle palate. There's not and yes, it is 80 proof. I don't even fully know. Let's do this. Let's do this together. We're gonna find some. Oh Lord. get mixing this March 17th. Hang on. Where's my mouse? There we are. Discover. Why is Anderson Paak? Yo, does Paak have a bottle? Dog, come on. I didn't realize that Paak had a bottle. I'm a huge Anderson Paak fan. And, I mean, it's probably just regular Jameson in a fancy package. If you're a real man, you should drink Swedish beer, Norlands Gold, or, wow, I cannot pronounce that second one at all. Pripsblech? I would love to drink Swedish beer. It sounds fantastic. Is back to release his first ever Jameson limited edition bottle for sale to the public. Partnering with Jameson, the specially designed bottle pays tribute to the surf, the sound. Yeah, it looks like it's just like a cool bottle, which... All right. Anyway, that's not what I came here to find out. I came here to find out how old is Jameson? Because it doesn't particularly Prips Blue in English? Interesting. We thieved it from the... Oh, it's friggin' RD1. I gotcha. Anderson Paak Tiny Desk Concert is the bee's knees. Man, everything about what he does, he was on an episode of Yo Gabba Gabba. Please go away. I don't want you to steal my information. A pretty stringent law that states that a spirit must spend a minimum of 3 years maturing on the island of Ireland. It's tough to say 3 times fast. To be lucky enough to be able to call itself Irish. Although the length of time we allow for maturation is the same for every cask, 2% of our whiskey is lost to evaporation every year. This is called the angel share, blah, blah, blah. We know. So it's at least 3 years old. That's unsurprising. Okay. Either way. Minimum 4 years? Okay. I won't take your information screenshots. Literally every website. But I wanted to start with the just regular, like, and I say like inoffensive because that's kind of what it is. Like, it's not your bourbon that's been aged for, longer in a fresh cask and everything that our typical, bourbon flavor profile introduces. But in this case, it's more refreshing, I suppose. And being somebody who regularly drinks cask strength whiskey as well, 80 proof is just like almost drinking water. Genuinely almost like drinking water. But I do want to see what it's like paired with Harp. My 2+ year boycott ended yesterday when I received a bottle of the It's Bourbonite pick. I can't wait to see what I've been missing and give Barry a big ol' hug. I am glad that your boycott has ended. Tony is claiming RD1 has hell frozen over. Yes, it has. No, he's just gotten the bottle that he's been waiting for over 2 years for. I'm actually going to pour a little bit more Jameson because I want to see what this pairing is particularly like. Now, as anybody does, I wanted to find Redbreast cask strength. Senior Donuts doesn't want you to... don't want you to waste his pesos on junk food. He wants you to spend it on Kosen Corva. Kosken Corva. Wait. So are you actually, are you actually Swedish? Madrasmus? All right. We're looking up. Oh, it's vodka. A traditional clear spirit drink in Finland. From the one and only blue and yellow country, Sweden. Hang on. I certify I'm of legal drinking age in my country. Interesting. Their advertising is amazing. I might have to try this sometime. I will try. It's finished, but we drink it here too. Gotcha. Gonna have some on Saturday. Awesome. As I say, I will try anything right. Anything once. Sorry. I was reading the word right, and that's what came out. Jameson Irish Whiskey is a blended Irish whiskey. Oops. What's that we hear you say? Well, first we take the best of pot still and fine grain whiskeys, then we triple distill them, not because we have to. Because we want to, as it gives it its signature smoothness. Finally, we aged it in oak cask for a minimum of 4 years. There we go. Irish whiskey prices have gone nuts. Don Ishida, hello. In 1 year, Redbreast 27 went from 500 to 1,000. Golden Blue Spot went from 126 to 249, and this is not secondary. Sorry, 249 to 349. That's crazy. Oh, sorry, not 249, 349. I gotcha. I thought I saw... I'm pretty sure I saw Golden Blue Spot today. And either way, it was too expensive. Don't forget Smirnoff, Zaranov, and Absolute. Beautiful ways to get drunk without noticing it will also make walls move on their own. Madrasmus, I love you, homie. Blue Spot is only $1.99 on the shelf here now. It was $2.99 last year. Maybe things are slightly improving. I mean, they might be. They might be. Either way, I didn't walk into Liquor Barn today thinking I'm going to spend $200 on one bottle of whiskey. You know what I mean? I spent like $100 on 3 bottles, basically. Also, Madrasmus, I will definitely be trying your Swedish beers. For sure. If I can find them. I will definitely be checking them out. Without a doubt. I still wouldn't pay $150, over $150 for blue. That's not how you spell liquor. Take me to the website, dummy. All right. Give me a second. Let's see. Blue Spot. Hello? Why are you giving me literally everything but Blue Spot Irish? Okay, let's. Oh, you know what? I don't know how they spell their whiskey. I know I saw it. Blue Spot. They did have the yellow spot though. Yes, everybody do hit that like button as well, please. I forgot to say that. And subscribe if you haven't done so already, if you're on YouTube. It's not the most common bottle. Wouldn't shock me if it's not in stock at most shops. In Sweden, we also have one thing that is too sweet. No, go away. I'm reading Swedish chat. Hembränt, that is that you make your own alcohol, and sometimes you can make it up to 80% pure alcohol. 80% pure alcohol? 160 proof? Tastes like shit, but damn, it's strong. Also highly illegal and dangerous. E in Ireland, E in whiskey. There we go. Well, I done goofed. Because on the title card, I forgot to put the E. Rat farts. All right, whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine. Supposedly, Irish prices are going back down because they realize they jacked the MSRP too much. They need to correct. They reached a little... I mean, all this may be true. But again, I mean, we're going to see prices go up here, folks. If we're getting 200% tariffs, we're about to see some prices go skyrocketing. It's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be really gross. Tariffs are likely, so who knows? I mean, they are likely, but also maybe not, but you know. Don't delete yourself on moonshine in any country. Don't drink paint thinner. Yeah. It's good that I have enough whiskey to last 50 years. Oh, yeah. Hembränt, we usually put in dunks. Looks like water, but you just like it. But you just like dump it with pure alcohol and spread it out with water. Had a guy that got blind because of how strong it is. It doesn't make walls move. It makes buildings move on its own. Holy moly. Now, I've had 160 proof whiskey before. I have. And it's very good. Fun times. That tariff sure won't help Middleton, but will Bushmills in Northern Ireland no longer in the EU be okay? Potentially. Yeah, I guess if it's not in the EU, then it won't be affected. I mean, currently as it stands, our relationship with, well, I don't know how we're functioning with Northern Ireland. I don't want to get into international politics right now. Bushmills will probably be fine. Nin- 1980s 190 proof Everclear Survivor here. Jeez. I don't know if this is EU specific or whether the UK will also get roped in. Likely the UK will also get roped in. It's not like our relationship with Keir Starmer is super solid right now. It's flimsy. It's flimsy. We'll see. We'll see. The fun parts ain't the party. Fun part is when you have to walk stone drunk 10 kilometers home when you're with your homies. I'd assume the same, Perry. Stay tuned, I think. Yeah. International politics is fun. Let's drink whiskey and talk about international politics. Also, Madrasmus, there's a YouTube community as well. Stay on Twitch, though. I mean, do whatever you want. If you want to come over to YouTube, that's fine. But I appreciate having the Twitch, the Twitch drive. I don't even know how what the numbers are looking like on Twitch right now. We might have lurkers. Whiskey and trade chat? Yeah, exactly. We're up to 62 followers. That's not bad. That's not bad for trying to do whiskey content on Twitch. I'll take it, you know. With that, I'll pour some Powers John's Lane. I think I'm ready to move on to another pour. So that I can eventually move on to another beer. Too. When you come to Sweden, get some Swedish friends. Ask if you can tag along to a house party. Ask for Himbrant. Is it Himbrant? If they don't got it, they ain't Swedes, and you move on to the next party. I'm 17, by the way, and started drinking at 15? Typically Swedish thing? What? Yo! Madrasmus! Friggin' A, dude. Our community gets younger and younger all the time. I also would love to go to Sweden. My wife and I are planning a trip next year. I remember my first trip to Sweden at 15. They let me order beer at bars. I felt like a king. That is awesome. We are planning a trip to Europe next year. I don't want to go into too many details, but we can get to Sweden, man. Moving on to Slane Irish whiskey. I've never had this before. Triple casked. Oh, it's made in a castle. The triple casks are virgin, seasoned, and sherry barrels. So this might be a little bit closer to our bourbon palate, but just with a little bit. We usually focus on Himbrant and Zarnoff as it's the most cheapest thing, and both taste like shit. But Zarnoff is only 37%. My goal every party is to take a whole bottle. Usually succeed as well. Dog. We're just gonna party with Madrasmus when we go to Sweden. I like this piece of advice though. When you go to Sweden, first of all, the imperative when you go, no like if you go. It's like when you come here. I like to talk to international friends that way too. It kind of like defines a relationship in terms of like being concrete. You know what I mean? But I really like that. It makes it feel a lot more real to me. But I love when you come to Sweden, get some Swedish friends. It's like, dog, I just made one. I made a Swedish friend. See? Madrasmus, what whiskey do you drink? Our 17-year-old whiskey drinker. Twitch, this is not TOS. YouTube, this is not terms of service. This is a 17-year-old Finnish or Swedish chatter, excuse me. It is legal in their country. When you get here, you will see cars with like triangles on the back. They're 15 plus. They're called EPA. I don't know what that word means. Hembrant? Is Hembrant whiskey? Oh. Okay. Oh, it's the illegal 80%. I gotcha. Swedish fish? That's hilarious. Carson Fulliger. What is going on? I don't know if you've ever been in chat before, but it's good to have you. Slane is owned by Brown Forman, aged in Jack Daniel barrels. Really? I usually don't drink whiskey, but I drink what I have. Unaged. Yeah, it's the unaged. Sorry. It's the homemade stuff that Madrasmus was talking about that they make. Okay. Slane, completely different nose. That sherry is so prominent. Swedish fish is the best thing. Don't underestimate it. I love this. This is wonderful. Timbip Goes International is one of my favorite things in the world. Timbip, sorry, Madrasmus, is my abbreviation for the show. This is my Bourbon Podcast, which is my podcast. I will find you, and I will make you eat fish. Swedish chef Tony. I will find you. Okay. I don't like the nose as much on Slane. I like the palate a lot more. It tones down the sherry finish so much. It really knocks back on the sherry finish. IKEA's meatballs. Slancha! 4 days till St. Patrick's Day. 4-leaf whiskey. Stacy, I was waiting for you to hop in here. It's good to see you. I hope you're well, my friend. And here I thought Madrasmus was the name of a winter holiday in India. Is it? Madrasa is the Arabic word for any type of educational institution. Interesting. Surströmming? That is, yes, there is surströmming. I don't think I could do surströmming. We said Slane 3 times, and here she is. Delicacy. Not a thing delicate about that. Yeah. Sadly, you have to be 18 to be legal to drink. So when you're at a party and cop show, you run like hell and beg to God. But when you're 20, you can legally buy it. So until I'm 20, I'm buying from dealers. Madrasmus. Still the best. Slain isn't one I pick up a lot myself. Slain feels like... Let me take another sip because, again, this is only the second time that first time I've ever had it. Second sip I've ever had. Swedish bikini team. Stacy, in bourbon terms, Slain feels like it really, really feels like a more dog Madrasmus. I would never. Are you kidding me? My wife is blonde. I would never mock blonde girls. It doesn't get any better than this. Knocking Swedish girls is like my least favorite thing to do. Please. And if you have Hembrandt, a 2 out of 10 can be a 10 out of 10. Anyway, Slain in bourbon terms is like... It's like a finished Jim Beam product. It's almost like Jim Beam Double Oaked, where it's just a little step above. Like, it's not exactly your regular bourbon, your regular, like, Irish whiskey. They wear bathing suits there. I did not expect that. Summer's lovely in Sweden, especially when it falls on a weekend. Chat's getting unhinged. Having a great time tonight. It's got sherry, also heavy recharred virgin oak. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Because it is finished, it's just that little bit more like not stock standard. Right? And also, like, here's the also kind of honest truth about why I picked what I did for this stream. Not being a massive Irish whiskey drinker, I went for things that I, wasn't going to spend a bunch of money on, and also, like, were a little bit more approachable. Not that I couldn't, like, wrap my head around. Most Irish is finished. Fair enough. But something that, like, I just could, like, straight ahead go for and be like, boop, Irish whiskey. Know what I mean? Either way, I like this. Jody Sweeten, I'm grasping at straws now. Come on, dog. Alfred Nobel. Avicii. May rest in peace. Anders Celsius. Ingrid Bergman, dog. Greta Thunberg. Greta Garbo. Bjorn Borg. Wow, that list got so much bigger. PewDiePie Swedish? I didn't know that. Alexander Skarsgård. So the entire Skarsgård family. Alicia Vikander. Dolph Lundgren. The list is crazy. Look at this. Max von Sydow. Man, I love Max von Sydow. When you come to Sweden, make it a road trip. Start in the lower parts, as there is a lot of Ragare. And they have Screw Greta. And they have good Hembrant. Also in the upper parts is a good amount of Hembrant. And Swedish Chef, exactly. Bork, bork, bork. Sweden's... Dude, I want to go to Sweden so badly. Sweden's on my list, dude. Until it's not. You could say, I love this. Sweden is good. Oh, wait. Sweden is good. It's nice. Until it's not. And it's a hell. Joking aside, Sweden really is a cool place to visit. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I really want to go to Sweden. I do. Also, you could say this about literally anything. Like, any place could be great until it's not. The United States could be great until it's not. Like, come on. Whiskey making is an ancient craft that has existed on our island for over a millennia. The techniques existed before written records, and for centuries methods were handed down from generation to generation. The fertile soil and clear water made the Bain Valley a hive of whiskey crafting, and we're proud to follow in the footsteps of this 1,000-year-old tradition. No mention of True Malort. No, you can't, Denmark. Denmark's not a good place. They have weird rules. Madrasmus, this is so funny because Sugar Kitty in my YouTube chat is hyping up Sweden, Denmark, and Norway, saying they should be on everyone's list. Never trust a Swede's opinion about Denmark or vice versa. That's so funny. The timing on that was incredible. Let's look up Swedish whiskey. Steve A, what's going on? Hope you're well, brother. Denmark is the happiest place on earth. It's a rule. Search Denmark law. What happens when they see a Swede walking over ice to Denmark? I feel like I shouldn't do that on this right now. Dang, they've got a lot of Swedish whiskey. Denmark ain't happy. Can't even understand what they say. I love this. I love this. This is so fun. Next week, I want to have, if we can have a Dane on the show, in the chat, who says the opposite about Sweden, it'd be so funny. It's like talking Swedish, but he put a fist in your mouth and try to talk. I've seen Macmira or something like that on the Whiskey Vault before. Anytime a Swede walks on ice, it's old people they pushed out. Homie, I trust you. Anyway, there's a lot of Irish or not Irish, Swedish whiskey. As our host in Sweden said, Danish is not so much a language as it is a disease of the throat. You're as smooth Swedish whiskey, you're as sweet, Swedish fish. That's because a Swede can't pronounce their words right, and the Norwegians can't understand either. All right, I feel like we're starting to get a little racist here. Let's bring it. Let's back up a little bit. We're starting to get racist. The law is that they can't hit us with a stick if they see us crossing to Denmark, as we did when they took over Denmark. High proof hot takes, your impressions and your accents. Eric, come on, brother. Come on, man. What are you doing? It's more sibling rivalry than racism. See you tomorrow. Love you. Love you too, homie. And they all spell the exact same words 3 different ways, but they all say them the exact same way. Oh my gosh. All right, I need to go get a new beer glass so I can have my next beer. Don't go too far. I'll be right back. What? Madrasmas. Kitty, take your fist in your mouth and go ahead and take an expensive beer at the pub. Jason, respect to you. Dutch, there's a language that needs a doctor. Imagine taking your lips, swallowing it, and hacking it back up to pronounce words. The puppet's pissing you off. Have a friend that keeps Hembrandt behind her seat so when it comes an opening to a party, she's ready to go. Much better than the Danish kitty. This is great. Oh my gosh. This stream. International stream, man. It's good. It's good stuff. All right, now this is Kentucky made, but this is an Irish style red ale. So we went from Harp, which is a lager, to Kentucky ale. Irish red. Made about 10 minutes from my house. We'll find every Dansk, and I will find and I will hunt them down. Jeez, man. Madrasmus is having fun tonight. What happened? Did I F for a second? I think I did. The good side of Town Branch. Oh yeah. Kyle, where'd you go, dude? Danish is when you curl up your tongue, not cough it back up. That's hilarious. Happy that my weekend drinking will start within 24 hours. There you go, dude. I do want to try, and I think I said this. That's awesome. Had to eat, was overserved. Fair enough. Made 10 minutes away or made in 10 minutes? No, it's made 10 minutes away from my house. Practically. I mean, roughly. Everything in Lexington, if you're poised right, is about 10 minutes away. We're a geographical oddity here. You know what I mean? So we're going to pair the Slane with the Kentucky Red Irish Ale. Shout out to New Circle for making everything 10 minutes away. Absolutely. I can try to give you the secret and holy recipe to him, Brent. Dude, absolutely. You know the cool thing about that, too? But don't blame me when you go blind. See, here's the secret thing, too. Not so secret. My father-in-law knows how to distill. He has a still in his house, and he's very good at it. It's a low risk. Geographical isn't the only thing you are. Come on, man. It's low, but it's a possibility. Dadgum, man. I'm catching strays left and right. Anyway. I will be having Backbone Irish Whiskey next. Anyway. Now, hear me out. Let's get a barrel. Dude, I completely agree. If we make enough of the Hembrandt, the homebrew, we will absolutely have some killer stuff on our hands. Swedish recipe, Kentucky made style whiskey. If you want a hint of Hembrandt, try tasting hand sanitizer. Holy moly. All right. All right, everybody in the chat, go try hand sanitizer right now. I will not because I already stood up once. I'll have to go stand up again to get my other beer for the end of the stream. Distilled for educational purposes only. Science needs you. Yeah. Slane is good. I like Slane. My mouth has never felt cleaner. Wait until it works its way through your system. I'll stick to Malort, thanks. Hey, to each their own, buddy. Do as you see fit. I've talked about it with friends, and it's like the same thing, but hand sanitizer tastes more shit. That's hysterical. All right, moving on to the final bottle before I get to my samples from old Tony. Somehow I've never bought a bottle of Redbreast before. Now, again, as I said earlier in the stream, I wanted to buy a bottle of the cast strength, but A, expensive, B, they didn't have any here. Kids don't drink and drive, but drive and taste hand sanitizer. Madrasmus. Again, I'm going to point this out for everybody, for all of the, my YouTube intern who reviews my streams, for the Twitch intern who also has to review streams and whatnot. Madrasmus is Swedish. They are 17. Different laws over there. You're also a kid, dog. Come on! Now, historically, though, it's illegal, so don't say I'm sorry. He's 18. Malort equals dissolving a crushed aspirin in a bottle of squirt and adding a touch of vodka. 12 cast strength is like $135 now over at Lexington Green Total Wine. Crazy overpriced. I mean, what was it? What was it before it got overpriced? Also, I love Redbreast. It is such a good Irish whiskey. Just, I know I'm not saying anything like revolutionary here. But even the 80 proof. Right? 80 proof? Yeah, 80 proof. Come on. Come on. I don't know, but great. Regular Redbreast is great as is. Yeah, this is the 12-year. Very happy to have this in the repertoire, as it were. By Redacted instead. Yeah, I don't know how I've never actually owned a bottle of Redbreast before. Jowers Lawn's pain. Had another buddy who made his own Himbrant. Total rookie. Tastes like cow poop, but I'm sure it was over 90%. Oh, jeez, dog. 90%. Oh my gosh. You're not kidding, Madrasmus. You're not kidding. Even at 80 proof, 12 years old, it looks really nice. The color is really, really nice on it. Bro was sipping boutique Everclear. So yes, 12-year-old Redbreast, the 80 proof. I like Powers John's Lane and Yellow Spot over regular Redbreast. Cast Strength and Quattro Barrillas are on my shelf. Well, I'm working with what I got, and I've also got some of that Red Spot 15-year. So we're working our way through it, Tony. Happen to have regular red Powers Red. Wait, happen to have regular Powers Red growing on me? I'm very, very excited for this one. It still smells 80 proof. It still smells like it's been watered down. However, the barrel influence is a lot more prevalent on this one. That's not bad. I like that. We think economic. It's extremely cheap. Has the lowest amount of calories. You get drunk the fastest with it. And the next thing, you don't remember shit, and you have a headache like you were hit by a bus. And then you do it all over again the next day. There we go. Hi, what are we drinking? Clifton. Currently. Also, good to see you. We're on the Redbreast 12. Just the 80 proof, not the cast strength or anything. And we're also pairing it with the Kentucky Ale Irish Red. But Madrasmus over on Twitch is drinking Hembrunt, which is homemade Everclear, essentially. Which, if we go to Sweden, we're all going to have. Sorry, when we go to Sweden. We're drinking Hembrunt. Yes, we are. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it, my friends. I'm doing Irish beers tonight, but I'll have a pour of Redbreast 12 as well. There we go. I've got one more. I mean, I'm just doing Guinness. It's not like. Oh, Cliffy boy, the pipes are calling. Redbreast 12 is so good, man. It is just it's like an oatmeal cookie. That's my initial first big note with it. A little bit of icing, a little bit of like raisiny-ness to it as well. The barrel influence is somewhat there. But again, I really do wish I had been able to get the cast strength. All right, now Brett, I don't know how to say this name. Poitin? 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 But whatever it is, it's the Irish version of moonshine. Shortbread dipped in sherry, eaten while sitting in a wicker chair. The buttery shortbread bangs. Oh, yeah. Poutine? Really? Poutine? Poutine or poutine? That's how this word, Poitin, is pronounced. Poutine? That's fries with curds and gravy is exactly right. Somebody's lying to me. Poutine is what's in my litter box. Exactly. Potchine? Pot is probably right. Potchine? Ooh, if you're at a house party, let somebody with experience make a drink for you. They'll make the 80%, mix it with something else, and you won't feel a bit of taste of the 80%. Also, when you have a drink, you have about a big glass, and about 50% of the glass should be alcohol. Woo! All right. With a very soft T on the pot version. Poshing. So poshing is Irish moonshine. And you have about 5 to 6 of those glasses. Woo! Oh. I got 2 kids. Pronounce this Gaelic word. Oh. He's not making it to 18. It's very funny. Jareg? Those Danish people won't even make it through their first class. Jarek? Potching. Potching. Now, all right. I'm getting lost in the sauce here. Y'all are throwing me off. I'm getting confused. I'm learning too many new words. I'm learning Gaelic. I'm learning Swedish. Here we speak American. Man, we can't even make that joke anymore, can we? Because comedy's legal. Gaelic word for red? Jarek? Really? Altopain? Y ahora español. See, I can do Spanish. I know Spanish. Here we speak Swedish. Thank you, Madrasmus. Altovan? I was pretty close. Wait, what did I say? Altoban? How hard is the V, though? Is it like a Spanish V, or is it an English V? Oh, Vanya. Okay. Altovan. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Soft-ish V. Altovan. So not like va, like va. Altovan. Yeah, I got you. It's almost like there's an umlaut over it. Or what's the dip? A double V? Double? Altovania. What I thought would be a quick check-in on a whiskey man ended up telling him about the Swedish Wonder, Hembrunt, and talking shit about Denmark. Dog, come back every Thursday and do this. This is my Thursday night. This is how we stream every Thursday night. Come hang out, dude. Check in with us. We'd love to have you. And listen to the podcast, too. This is my Bourbon Podcast. We'd love to have you around. BH is kind of like a softest V. Softish V. Wah. Wah. English V. I can't click on that link. It's not, yeah. StreamYard doesn't exactly allow for clicking on links because it just, when I do that, it just pulls up your comment. Steve. A W is really a double V, not you. Yeah. Every Thursday night will be a night to talk shit about Denmark and tell you about wonders and drinking. I'd love it. For anyone else that wants to know, at least. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, y'all can click that link. But you said it was Poshin. Shoot. Pochin. Posh? See, I need, like, the actual pronunciation. Pochin? No, I've forgotten. I've learned too many new words. I'm too literate. I've been too educated. The American education system has worked too much in my favor. Send it back to the States. That's why I sent that as 3 slightly different versions from different parts of Ireland. Oh, cool. It's like how we say Louisville. Louisville. I say Louisville. Some people say Louisville. Other people say Louisville. Louisville. Yeah. And the best plan this summer will be with my buddy to go to an amusement park. Leisburg? One of the biggest in Europe, and take each a bottle and drink it and ride roller coasters drunk. Dude, that sounds awesome. And then, of course, Versailles. The most incorrectly pronounced city in Kentucky. No. No. In English. No, not English. Kentuckian. In Kentucky, we don't have no Louisville. We ain't got no Versailles. We ain't got no Paris. We got Versailles. We got Paris. We got Louisville. First one to throw up loses. That's hilarious. I went to high school with Louisville. I know. In Kentucky, Versailles. Everywhere else on the planet, Versailles. Yeah, exactly. I think there's like a Versailles, Indiana, or Texas or something like that. I can't remember. All right, that was my last bottle. But like I said, I got samples from Tony. Ain't it in Texas you play drunk all time and talk gibberish? I mean, Texas, Louisiana, Florida. It can happen anywhere. It can happen anywhere. It doesn't have to be Texas. Kentucky too. I had a bartender in Louisville try to catch me on the Versailles thing. Really? When I was doing tours, when I was doing the bourbon tour thing, any treaty signed in Kentucky Versailles? Oh no. Maybe that's for Denmark again. But when I was doing the tours and taking people to distilleries and whatnot, there were so many people who were like, "So we put the address in for Woodford, and it said on the Google Maps that it was Versailles, Kentucky, but we've heard people say Versailles, and we just don't. We don't know. What is it?" And I'm like, "Look, in Kentucky, if you give us a name that looks difficult to pronounce, we're gonna pronounce it incorrectly. Like, it's just fact of the matter. Like, I love Kentucky. I love the Appalachian region. It's my home. But it's just how it goes, man. You know? We're proud of it. See, Papa Ritter. They say Paris, Kentucky, too. Exactly. All right, moving on from a 12-year, and also Papa Ritter's here. Moving on from a 12-year to a 15-year. This is the 15-year red spot. Like Reese's. No, it's Paris, Kentucky, not Paris. At least you didn't have a couple on the tour commenting on how versatile Kentucky was. It's not Perry, Kentucky. I thought you meant it was like P-Ras or something. What does that mean? Hey, let's go down to P-Ras, Kentucky. I heard people in Kentucky call that purse. Yeah, there are some people who call it purse. Show your pear ass. Yeah, we did. I don't know if it was never actually revealed. This is a Timbip Live exclusive. The house that Lucy and I lived in when we were in between houses, my grandmother's house, my grandparents' house, was in Paris, Kentucky. It's where we lived for a little while. Why do you drink for the fun of it and all? But in the end, you drink to get drunk. It's like shug it and like it. Just look at the finish. They are the happiest people on earth, and they drink 24/7. Not smell and taste it. That's actually a really good question. I like the experience of so it's multifaceted, personally. So within Kentucky, at least, it's kind of like the whole different regions of France with their different wines, right? Like they produce different uh, different profiles with their wines. Um, with bourbon, different regions of Kentucky too, depending on like their climate and how long they're finished in the bourbons, how long they're aged in the bourbon barrels, excuse me, um, will also affect the flavor profile. So it's that's kind of like why I enjoy the tasting process. Like, yeah, of course, there's an aspect of it of like, do I like the effect it has on me? Of course. I think we can all admit that at the end of it. But at the same time, there is a heritage aspect too, where this is something that is unique to not just Kentucky in the United States, but also the United States in general, where bourbon is unique to this country. And I'm not one to like rest on the laurels, or rest on the like nationalism of being an American citizen necessarily, but I do think that it is very cool to have a product that is uniquely American made in the way that bourbon is. And so for me, at least, celebrating bourbon in the way that I do by interviewing and interviewing the people who make it and talking about it on a regular basis, drinking it on a regular basis. That is a way to celebrate it that is not necessarily ingesting it just to get drunk on it. And it's and it's not even to say that like there are not times where I don't drink just to feel the effects of alcohol, because like I think for those of us who partake in alcohol, we do have those periods. I think that's completely understandable and fair. But as somebody who creates content around alcohol and has actively tried to mitigate their relationship with it, it has allowed me the headspace to say I'm not allowing it to take full control over who I am and over my life. And so that's kind of where I sit with it. You want to see my tolerance? That's really funny. I actually have a pretty high tolerance, though. I prefer high ABV, alcohol by volume. I get a better excuse me, tasting experience overall than I do with low ABV. But to me, it's I don't know. I'm well adjusted, I guess. I didn't and look, here's something. This is the difference between a what you might experience in Sweden and in America, right? So there is a larger stigma around drinking at a younger age in America than there is in Sweden. So I spent a good chunk of my younger years, really until I was about 19 or 20, not drinking. And even when I turned that age, I didn't drink to just get blackout drunk. I drank to enjoy having a drink. It was just to like appreciate it in some way. I don't know. I know that sounds kind of like but there was something. I don't know. I was always a good kid too, and I'm not saying that excuses any kind of like action or reprimands or should make anybody else feel like your actions no exactly, like there is such a completely different standard for Americans than there is abroad, and I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just talking about my own experience. And for me personally, that led to a very healthy relationship with alcohol. I am able to cut myself off when I need to. Also, my dad is saying, for the most part, all three of you kids were good kids, much better than your dad was. That's very funny. But the point is, like, there's no right or wrong way to go about it as sure no. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying that you can't have a healthy relationship with it either. I'm just saying, like, my personal experience with it. My personal experience is that by the time I got to drinking, I was like, I'm going to just enjoy it for what it is. And that led to me being like, I'm going to make content out of it. And here I am. Like 7 years later, I've got a successful podcast. I've got a live stream that I do. There's all these things that have lined up out of it. I'm not I'm not saying I'm better than you all. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. I am just saying that the way that I approach it is not always like I'm drinking to get drunk. I'm saying that there are times when that happens, but it's not frequent. Bourbon content, alcohol content has to be more mitigated than, okay, I mean, fair enough. I know you all exist too. I'm sorry. I apologize. YouTube's over here too. I'm YouTube. I'm pulling up every Twitch comment too. It's not every day, just every weekend. Well, sure, yeah, and that's completely different too. To be honest with you, I also don't drink every day. I don't make bourbon content every day either. You're the only one allowed. Anyway. Sometimes it feels like work. Oh, I gotcha. Sometimes it feels like work. That's the whole point. But you have to be intentional about it sometimes. So, moving on. I'm very sorry. I've got this pour of the Red Spot 15 year that I haven't even gotten to in a while. Well, I haven't gotten to it all yet. Growing up in the upper Midwest during winter, drinking is the only thing to do. It's antifreeze at that point. Eric Thompson, what's up? Oh, that's good. Intentionally skipping me calling you a nerd. I was on a tirade, man. I'm sorry. Ben, good to see you. Have you ever witnessed a drunk man driving his car on a field? No. But that is very funny to imagine. Drinking Carlisle 12. That sounds awesome. I was on a rant. I'm sorry. It was not a rant. It was an explanation. Yes, Madrasmus from the roof on which I was riding, also drunk. Stupid kids. Man, Sweden sounds like a great time. That was in Kansas, not in Sweden. Well, okay. Madrasmus. Jason, my man. Papa Ritter's right. It's a wonder I made it to adulthood. Yeah. You have to experience it here. Oh, my goodness. This is the first time I've ever seen this podcast. Eric Thompson, thank you for being here then. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is just the live stream I do every Thursday night. The regular podcast comes out every Wednesday. A live podcast, I guess, is what I do on Thursdays. Well, Toto, we're not in Sweden anymore. We'll make it more fun with him, Brent. Perry's Irish whiskey / beer stream was 60% sweet. Eric making the perfect entrance as the Swede emerge. Yeah. I think I subscribed during a live wire whiskey when someone was hyping you. That could have been. That was a fun stream. Biking Bourbon, good to see you. Howdy, folks. Cheers, Perry. Good to see you. All right, I got one more pour. And this one again is also from Old Tony. It's the Jameson Black Barrel. Cast strength 121.6 proof. Not exactly showing up. Do I have any more ice wine barrel? Yes, I do, actually. I like how so many people think Sweden is innocent until they see our true sides. We've seen your women. We know. We know, Madrasmus. No, I know I'm going for... I'd imagine that this is probably like more of a 4-year-old barrel, especially based on the color. But Swedish death metal is pretty sick, though. That is true. Ooh, Tony's joining me for the black barrel. But I wanted to save the highest proof for last, of course. It's definitely lower aged. The color is like honey mixed with water. I love that Swedish team, the bikini team. It's a distillery exclusive? Really? Imagine Sweden going to World War III and every soldier got their own Hembrat. Oh my gosh. Sabaton is amazing. Oh, they're death metal. I gotcha. I will definitely be trying them out later, or checking them out later. It's very floral. You bottled it yourselves? Holy moly, dude. That's crazy. Everybody chiming in saying they love Sabaton is so funny. The stream's been nuts. They have single barrels at the distillery and you bottle it yourself. It's amazing. It's really good. Sabaton History is a great YouTube channel. Stormtrooper from Sabaton is good, but like most of their songs are about World War II. They're a power metal band. They're formed in 1999. Okay, well, they perform on stage with a tank, so. Jeez. 10 studio albums, 4 live albums, 5 live DVDs, and 29 music videos. It's crazy. Papa Ritter's going to listen to Sabaton. Just what I was about to tell you to go check up on the tank. Why did I go right to the... Oh, okay, I see. I see why. Oh, and they got flames behind them, too. Do they ever come to America? I wonder if they have ever performed at Louder Than Life. Oh? They did in 2021. Oh my gosh, they performed on Sunday at Louder Than Life. Holy crap. Same day as Metallica, Judas Priest, and Mudvayne. And Seether, and... Just going. Dang, man. Yeah, they were. There's a YouTube video of their full concert. All right, well, I guess I know what I'm doing there. You were there in 21? That's bonkers. Man. Sabaton's better than Metallica? Strong words. You might be right, though. I asked if they would play your graduation party, but they were busy. That's okay. Maybe next time. When I get my doctorate. Shout out to my man, Eric. I'm proud of you. I'm probably the oldest attendee at metal shows. You might not be. You never know. I do know, though, that I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. Thank you all so much for watching this evening. Follow on social media if you haven't done so already, of course. At My Bourbon Pod. Support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. And check out all of our apparel and merchandise. Thebourbonshop.threadless.com. And that does it. Shout out to Sweden. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, though, I appreciate y'all. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. Be good. Take care of each other. And I love you. It's been 10-Bit Live.